making this mod. Oh. And some all-dressed chips. One of the best Canadian flavors. All-dressed. I'm going to jump on here too. There is a there's a voice chat on the BG3 mod Pathfinder thingamajigger. Oh man, my brain is not working right now. And some more work on the equipment mod. On Twitch, YouTube, and Moonbeam. On the PF2E equipment mod on Twitch TV, YouTube, and Moonbeam. I'm gonna put this in gameplay showcase again. On the voice channel as well. Let's to jump on. There we go. Close the embeds. And then I'm just gonna go into a few places where I mentioned previously that I was working on this. No. No, there's a lot of these places where I post in here. There, I seem to be the only person who pastes in or posts in a lot of different self-promo channels. There are so many that are just me. I need to figure out how to post without without automatically dropping the embeds. Only a few more to look at. Only a few more. DCA. No. Triple D dice. No. No. No, I don't have access. I'm going to need to talk to Sean about that. No. Yes. No and no. And then going to drop down to here again. Okay, and Lost Soul is trying to help me with some stuff, and I'm bringing up stuff and they're like, I don't know. That's a question and a half. Okay, and I am also going to go to Blue Sky. Blue Sky, and here, and impromptu stream. Of course I spelled it wrong. I missed some letters there. Stream. Since I'm on vacation. On the staycation. Continuing work on Moonbeam. Paizo, Larian. For some reason, it's got a bunch of random spaces and there we go. That is also not correct. This should be. Go. That should be correct. Now I've got to check this because yes. Post and close you. And now I'm hoping someone hops on because I am having some trouble with this damn wish knife. For some fucking reason, it's not adding the damage. I can add damage other ways. Why can't I add damage here? No idea. And then there's the whole thing where I add, like, I've added the container with these spells. For some reason, it's also adding the spells here instead of keeping them in the container. Why? I have no idea. We're going to see if the last update I did anything. Nimble dodge. Pardon me. Let's go with acid. So, received the resonating condition. Resonating with acidic acid, acidic energy. And did not deal the extra damage that I entered. Why? Who the fuck knows? So let's just kill you. And just because I'm afraid of stuff happening, let's turn that off. And then what is wrong with this? So I've got the shouts, and I am correctly applying the status. And then it's not dealing the damage. It would almost be easier to make it just like the versatile and give the... just change the damage type. remove on turn, on damage, on equip. Maybe if I just have it on turn. That will remove it, but it's the actually adding the damage that I'm having trouble with. Okay. Equip you. Just the piercing damage. Just the piercing damage. What is... one of those weapons that deals extra damage? Okay. BG3 Wiki and Shar plus necrotic. Okay. Yes, I want to search for the Dagger of Shar. Then find that. And then come into here. Oh, got it right there. Tip condition. Deal damage. But I want it to be not on the spell, but on the boost. So let's grab this and search for deal damage, and then bind on page boost. Spell. Yeah. Ladder daggers. Insect plague. This is on apply. I'm not looking for on apply. If item context source weapon damage 1d6 radiant. So do I want to do weapon damage instead of deal damage? Let's try weapon damage instead. Acid. Now, did it not add? Did it not add because I missed the first attack? No. So I'm getting the status. But I'm not getting the extra damage. Is weapon override used? Two HS. 1 HP. Jav. Can I only...
Hello.
Hello. Hey,
Pop in.
Awesome. DPH Kraken. How's it going?
It's been a rough day, and
Oh yeah.
I see what you're up to.
I am currently trying to do the resonant trait. And I can't get the damage to apply from the status boost. And for some reason, all of the spells that are in the shout container are also on the thing here. It's yeah. on the hotbar. That's the word I'm looking for.
Energy.
Yeah. So I made a shout for conduct energy as a free action. It's gonna be an honor system thing because I can't figure out how to. I'm not sure how to look for you cast a spell with this specific damage type. But
so for the resident trait, I believe that would be a kind of on spell cast passive trigger.
On spell cast passive trigger. Okay.
Then it would give you the corresponding like ready to conduct energy status.
Okay. So shit. So where the hell are triggers? I wish this was in Oh, it would be under
stats functor context to the right.
Okay. And that would be on cast.
Yeah. It's been a while since I've looked at the code that I
on cast and on cast result. Those are the only two.
just do on cast.
And then so I would be putting this under stats functors instead of
Yeah, so the stats functors will give you a status, which you can then check in the conduct energy reaction.
Okay. So then here I want to apply a conduct energy status.
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember there being a wizard feat that changed the status it gives based on what kind of damage it does.
Hmm. Okay. So then I'm creating a status boost here. We'll just use this one as a thing. Okay. So and was that a PF2 one or a basic Baldur's Gate one?
Pathfinder. Oh, I scrolled to it, so I'll go to your threads.
Okay. Okay, if and cantrip.
You
So
can
it's
remove
not
the
gonna need
and
to-
is cat interrupt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apply status. Okay.
Yeah.
So then I can apply the. I see. Okay, I see what's going on here. And then this just needs to be 1. And then I'm going to want to Keep doing this, so
Don't forget to close your status.
Change this back to acid. Don't forget to close the status.
The
I
right
missed
parenthesis at the end of it.
How did it miss that? I fucked it up. That's why. So... there we go. So cast a lightning spell. It'll apply this status. Now, the problem I've been having is very specifically the damage not applying. Gesundheit.
That is improperly formatted.
Of course it is.
So deal damage. It's a functor. While you want to have a boost. Off the top of my head, I think it's something like weapon damage. I'll go.
Okay,
I'll go
so
look
weapon
it up.
damage, yeah. So yep, weapon damage. That makes sense.
Yeah, it's character weapon damage. That's the
Character weapon damage. I see.
If you're giving it to the character.
Yeah, to whoever's got it. I'm not gonna be assigning a Wishblade to anyone other than maybe the Freet in the carnival.
I remember like looking at the unusable weapons, and the genie just has his like special sword.
Yeah. And that might be a good way to get a Wishblade. Rather than having it something that you purchase, put it on him. Give him a Wishblade and a Wish Knife, and then... but for the time being, character weapon, damage, acid... Okay, so I'm gonna have to get myself someone who has some stuff, so let's just okay. Does she have any acid spells? She does not.
What now?
No time to waste.
You can do add debug spell.
Add debug spell?
Press. There's like, if you press like Control F11, I think, or Control Shift F11.
Okay, there we go. Acid splash. There we go. Singular. I don't think I need any of that, do I?
Singular just. That's the learning strategy. It determines if you like learn the upcasts of it. You can just you don't need to have singular or whatever. You can just hit add debug spell and all.
So I had her selected. That did not add anything.
It's hidden behind
there we
the
go.
cut, I think.
There we go. Alrighty, so let's give the dagger to her. Okay, so and of course the spells are there, but I can remove that later. Reanimate that. Why does it go after her?
I can smell fear.
Let's turn. No,
If only Shadowheart could get over her trauma in the toolkit.
right?
Fast.
Okay. And so there we go. And now her. Oh, fuck! Of course she had to move. Fuck it, just cast it on there. I don't care if it deals damage to us. And now... There we go. And still just the piercing damage.
I think you only have the passive set up for lightning damage.
Oh, fuck. Yes, I do. That makes a whole hell of a lot of sense. Oh man, I had the same problem with something else earlier where I was putting everything under the tooltips instead of actually adding it to the spot where you can add the boost. So it wasn't doing anything, and I was pulling my hair out trying to figure out why. Okay, so I want to add Shocking Grasp then. 11. Add debug spell. Shocking Grasp. There we go. And there it is. Okay.
I need healing. Got to concentrate.
There we go. And then swing that knife and miss. And it would it be for the first attack? Or did it just not apply the damage?
I don't.
Need to stay focused.
I don't think the lightning damage status has the right boost.
Okay. Oh,
But
you're right.
It looks like you got a mysterious status when.
You are right. I updated it for acid. Again, I'm tired. I usually sleep, 20 hours on a Sunday. There. Now I've got it on there. I don't know if I even saved last time.
It
would force
usually
save.
prompts you if you haven't saved.
Yeah. Okay. So now let's.
What should I do?
Okay, shock and grasp him. Then stab him.
Let's finish this.
Shocking grasp. And then hit him. Come on. I keep having this problem.
Talk to me.
They just don't want to hit when I need them to hit. There we go. 1 lightning damage. Perfect. Awesome. Thank you so much.
One of my tricks is to just stack a bunch of weapon expertise.
Weapon
the
expertise. Oh, okay. Okay, so now that I've got that, I can just repeat this. There are 5 of them. 2, 3, 4, 5. And then going here, we're adding. Oh, that one's not gonna.
And don't forget to remove the cantrip condition.
Oh,
yes.
yes. Thank you for reminding me. And is cantrip. So lightnings. This one is cold. Acid, and I can acid, and I can cold. Be nice if it made this easier on me. Acid, and then fire, not cantrip.
If I'm editing a bunch of text, I usually like to just do it in Notepad++.
Smart idea. I've even got stuff open too. Fire, lightning. I'm on the last one. I might as well. So it is thunder and sonic. There we go.
I hope I'm coming across as a responsible didact and not the backseat coder.
Oh no, absolutely. I do need the help. I'm not exactly a coder myself, so it's very, very helpful. So now don't have the striking and greater striking right now. Need to wait for the other person whose name I can't remember to finish their
Draconius? Yeah, not
yes.
Not Darkonius, but like Dark Pulse.
Yes. Once they've got theirs done, then I can I should be able to do all the stuff that I need to for that. For the striking and greater striking ones. Okay, and
got you close the parentheses when you change the thunder damage.
Did I? I did. I did. Good catch. There we go. So, I can do this one here. Thunder there, and thunder. Now I've got it here. Okay, so striking, and striking. Okay. There we go. Got that all fixed, which means I can delete all of these. You can't delete multiple, can you? Oh, you can. Alright, and saved. Okay, so that is that, which means I can move on to the shove trait.
which should just be a matter of inheriting from shove, taking it out of the skill
Oh, the
actions
container. Yeah.
and just add.
Oh, not modular. Ranged trip is the one that I made. So this one, because oh no, ranged trip is the only one that needs to come out of the container, because it's separate because it does it at range. So shove, I mean, this is the only one that needs its separate one. So shove, Pathfinder second. So this, if I do it correctly, which I did with disarm, I think I copied yours and then did this just to have, there was something in it that I needed to take out so that it would, container ID, that's what I needed to take out. If you just put empty, does it actually clear it?
I would right click it and then so the original shove. So instead of selecting the skill, you right click it, and disable parent fields stat inheritance. That'll get you the empty.
Okay. So there we go. I see. I've been
the basic shove is outside of the container because shove is used by a lot of other things.
Yeah. Okay. So weapon trait shove, and you can use this even if you don't have a free hand, which it's because it's got its
requirement conditions.
Okay. Requirement conditions. It's over here, isn't it? Okay, so you don't have requirement conditions on the current shove. But there was something, there we go. It was the main melee weapon range, because if it's reach, it can still shove. So it's not just the 1.5. And if I am remembering correctly, I think there might be a ranged one.
It'll be projectile main-handed attack. When you look at how the...
Okay, so it's only the guns that are... And I'm not adding guns. So, I'm sorry, what was that?
Yeah, the projectile hand attack is the spell ID for the default shoot action.
I felt those words go in my ears and did not stick. So
you want to go to Norbyte and search up projectile main hand attack.
Projectile. I think that's what was projectile main hand attack. Okay. For the icon? Spawn extra projectiles. Main hand attack. Okay.
That's the icon, but it's also the name of the spell.
It's also the name of the spell. Okay, there we go. So I'm looking for target radius, ranged main weapon range? Or I
Looks
want
like it.
to...
Yeah, that should be it.
So that's what I needed to use instead of the melee main weapon range.
Yeah, I would make it a projectile spell because that's how they get the arrow particle.
Oh, okay. So shove is a projectile spell to get the... Oh, okay. Okay, I see. Why did it let me pull it into here? That's weird.
I mean, you can still make range attacks as target spells. They just use projectile. So the difference between target is just a simple line of sight,
Right.
while projectile, like the projectile has a course and it has to follow that course.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Like for bows, it'll follow gravity.
Yeah.
Funny enough, jumping is a projectile.
Of course it is.
Classic Larian.
Yeah. Okay, got them in here. So shove. Okay. So it's not in. So shove is just target normally. But
Yeah.
what I'm wanting to do is
You
make.
can't cross inherent between
Right.
the different spell types. You'll just have to copy over the stuff you want.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, I am. There we go. So spell properties, which is over here. There we go. And then I want ranged main weapon. Okay. Interesting. Target radius. Roll is shove check. Success. Fail. Conditions. And then that is... Oh. Of course, now it's all different stuff. So I've got to find where they put. Okay. So trajectories. I have no idea what to.
So trajectory, it points to a unique ID.
Yeah.
You can copy it from. You can just copy it from the spell you want the visual effects from.
So, I guess I'd be looking at.
Nah, That they're technically set in the root template editor. I just go look through the shared projectile spells, find like one of those weapon actions that matches, and take the trajectory from there. I'll be right back.
Okay. Let's go. Thunderwave does. Have a projectile, doesn't it? Huh. I am on a C. There. Head crack. All right. Extra description. Cycle. Spell animation. Flags. Peaceful. No, this is gonna be melee, I assume.
So I forgot my mic was off, but so I was saying that the peaceful versus aggressive thing that determines if your weapons stay sheathed or not after using the spell.
And then
So
sheathing?
like shield blocking. So sheathed means during the animation what weapons you have out.
Okay.
So you probably want for the shove with a weapon to make it a melee sheathing.
Melee sheathing?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, melee, what I chose, because I assumed that's what it was going to be. And then I want aggressive for the intent rather than peaceful.
I'm going to assume so, unless you just want to immediately put your bow away after knocking someone back. Alright, my job's done here. Like, shield blocking, it has an aggressive animation intent, even though like you're not actually hurting someone with the shield.
Yeah, because you want to keep it out. Right. That makes sense. Okay. So, shove trait. I want target. Shove trait, because I want to... oh no. Do I have it wrong in all of my... Pardon me. I decided to...
PF2 shove trait.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Target version. Alright.
You alright?
Yeah, I breathed in and brought in a whole bunch of saliva with it. Okay. So, all of these I want to change to projectile.
For the projectile.
For the projectile?
If it's a projectile weapon.
Oh, that's what you were... Oh. I thought you were telling me that I should use projectile for the shove trait.
I was under the impression that you were doing a ranged shove.
Oh, I was checking to see if there were ranged weapons, and the only ones that are firearms, which I'm not doing. But that's okay. I've got it ready in case I decide to do them later.
Really heavy crossbow.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. So, what is next on the list? Skip shove. Yes, I am using ChatGPT, but only because I don't know what I'm doing. So it's slightly helping me so that I know some of the questions to ask in the Discord. It hasn't got a single one correct. And even after I told it to use the validator, it's like, yeah, sure, I'll use the validator, and then still put stuff that doesn't work. Okay.
I did send some interesting stuff in dev resources.
You entered what in dev resources?
My master post in the thing. There's lslib. should
LS
is a really
lit.
helpful reference.
Right. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so that will... Okay, so this is saying what can go with each thing. Okay.
And if you scroll down, you can see the different boosts and functors and...
Okay.
Before the toolkit update, the toolkit didn't even have autofill for most of the stat editor.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, and I'm no good at, not very good at coding, so I'm trying, I want the toolkit to be better than it is. Okay. So, on status removed is weapon attack and not has tag sweep attacked. It's telling me to tag the target sweep attacked in stats functors.
A tag target is not a functor.
Yeah, that's what I assumed.
As tag is also not the condition.
Yeah. I think I've already told it that once too. But I bet the on attack and on status removed is correct.
If you're looking to validate stuff, you can usually search stuff on Norbite.
Yeah, he's got the validator.
And if it actually shows up, then you should be good.
Fuck. Got too much stuff open. Okay, so in passive, I've got the sweep trait. And it mentions what it does, but I was not sure how to implement it. I didn't even try doing any of them other than tearing I knew how to do because I just had to apply bleeding. So on attack makes sense, as does well, on status removed, but it's not adding a status. So what the fuck, ChatGPT?
I got a thought. So
yeah.
So here's my thought. It'd be check if you have a multiple attack penalty. That'll be you have attacked.
Okay.
And then on attack, if you attack a creature, or it'll put a marker status on the enemy, and then your boost would be you have a +1 bonus to damage, or whatever. I think it's accuracy.
Yeah, I think it's circumstance bonus.
If they have the status, if they don't have the status, and you have a multiple attack penalty.
Okay. So I want boost context to be on attack, not stat functor. And then
so your stat function would be to on attack place the status on the enemy that you've attacked.
Okay. So on attack, I'm placing apply status. We will say sweep it. Sure. 100. one would just be end of turn, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then on boost conditions, I'm looking for has status, map, and sweep hit.
Not sweep hit.
No?
Because sweep hit means you've tried to attack this creature,
Yep.
but if it doesn't have sweep hit, then you haven't tried to attack this creature.
Right. So, and not sweep hit.
I think there's a condition to that I coded. Yeah, you can just use press as a function to check if you have a multiple attack penalty.
Press. Okay. So, has status press?
It's just press left parentheses, right parentheses.
Okay. If press and not has status sweep hit, then I add the circumstance bonus. +1 to attack.
So you want to be checking sweep hits. So you want to do sweep hit, comma, context.target, which means it's on the target. Then comma, context.source, which means you inflicted it.
Target and context dot source. Okay, so we're looking good here then. Press, open, close, and not has status. Sweep hit, context dot target, context dot source.
So you don't want to be doing this in the boost conditions. So
Okay.
the way boost conditions work is that every time the boost context occurs, it checks the boost conditions and then turns it on and off.
Okay. So I want to put it into boosts with the colon,
Yeah.
and then what's the thing for
Roll bonus 1
roll
attack.
bonus? That's what I was looking for. Roll bonus attack, and then comma 1. Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect. And then I want to add a sweep hit status. And this doesn't need much of anything, does it?
Yeah.
Has
I would set it as to tick with the source and have it end on turn, and make it have the unique field.
Okay. Unique is
It's one of these columns.
right.
So that means like
So
if you hit multiple creatures in the same turn, it moves.
okay. There we go. Tick type. That's what I was looking for. So start turn, did you say?
End turn.
End turn. So tick on end turn, and
Then in the status properties, you do ticking with source, so it ends on your turn.
properties, source. ticking with source. Okay, there we go. And then there should be the next one was unique, right? Or was there one more?
So, disable. There's. I would hide it myself personally, but it's so it would be disable portrait overhead, disable the.
Yes. Shit. Where the hell does that go? I can't remember.
Let's get unique down.
Yes.
Since
Let's get it.
For...
Let's get it working first. Where the
before
heck
we hide it.
Yeah. Is unique. There we go. I knew I've seen it under weapons. I didn't realize it was under here as well. Okay, so that should be all of that, and I know where I can just scroll up a bit to see. Yeah. So I'll be able to copy paste that to it, but let's save first. And let's check what has sweep. Battle axe. That's easy enough to find. Human battle axe. There we go. And okay, let's kill you first.
I am ready.
Okay. So, if we, Asterion, go over there.
I wonder what the next move is.
So, if
Making him sweep.
What's that?
Making him sweep.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I do need someone to sweep against. I forgot. Kind of tough to sweep when you've only got the one target. And then where is Stride? There we go.
So instead of spawning them in level, I usually use the F11 commands to create.
To create the what?
So the F11 command creates a weapon.
Oh, okay. Alright, so let's attack Asterion and then receive condition sweep. Swept and swept. Okay. So Mist Wolf. The natural one, so it's not going to show me anything on it. Okay. Okay. Take that Asterion and critical miss again. Just love rolling a natural one.
There are shortcuts to give you better dice.
There are shortcuts to get better dice. I've got shortcuts here. It's console commands.
Shift W to always fail. Shift Q to always win.
Okay. So if I hover over, I should just Shift Q and then it'll work. Oh no, Q is just Hmm. Hmm. There we go. So +1 sweep. Perfect. That worked. At least Asterion hasn't started getting really pissy with me. I was testing something a couple days ago. What's that?
Heroes can't feel. He's the hero. Heroes can't feel anything.
That means Will is most definitely not a hero, because he left in this testing level because I was testing something on him because I couldn't hit the damn wolf.
One time I was testing out the hypnotic pattern, and because it's an area of effect.
Yep.
It incapacitates you. Everyone hates that, and so it was this vicious cycle of walking around with the hypnotic pattern on me, Shadowheart walking into it, and then going like, "No, I hate you. I hate staring at your hypnotic pattern."
Overhead combat log and portrait. Perfect. Okay, so ChatGPT, what is the next one that I was going to work on? Trip. Let's skip trip because I can just do the exact same thing. I don't need to worry about ranged because I've already got ranged trip. So this, I did the same thing. I just grabbed trip and just changed it to melee main weapon because it works for the reach weapons. Okay, so skip trip. I don't need to work on that one. Fuck. Skip trip. Volley. So -2 when they are within 30 feet. So 9 meters.
That should just be a simple distance check.
Distance to... I'm guessing that the distance to source less than 900 is not gonna work, or is that how it actually works? Roll bonus. Attack.
Man, and these the code it's spitting out is...
Yeah, it's not good. I've told it a few times. It just doesn't listen to me. So the less than 900 is 900 meters. Okay.
The game internally uses meters.
Why did I think it was using centimeters? I don't know why I was thinking it was using centimeters, but yeah, that makes sense. That's why it gave me 900, because I told it centimeters. So that makes sense. So less than 9, and then roll bonus, attack -2 should work, yeah?
Most of the targets you encounter in less than a kilometer.
Yeah. Yeah, I bet. Okay, so that should be fine. And passive data.
I don't think it's context.target dot. I'd search up distance to source in Orbite.
Yeah, no context. Although it does say return. Function, distance to source, return, distance, context, target position, context, source, position.
And you don't need context.target in it.
Okay. So I would be able to remove this and just distance to source, less than 9, roll bonus, attack -2. And then apply equipment status is not a boost. That is a stats functor.
And I'm not sure why it needs to be the status. Just do it on the passive.
Just do it right on the passive.
Yeah.
Okay. So boost if distance to source. Oh no. So sweep, trait, tearing, volley. Boost. If distance to source, then roll attack bonus. There we go. And what else was needed? Hey buddy, what are you doing? You're not gonna like my chips. There, you wanna smell it? Alright. Okay. So, I've got volley 30, ranged weapon, has less stuff, okay. So I might want an icon there just to have something showing. I'm pretty sure that action shoot isn't one.
I posted a document with all the skill icon names in the dev resources.
Let's see. Search Norbite, hard-coded conditions, common conditions, calls, editor shortcuts, subclass.
It should be at the top, right under demiplane.
Right under demiplane? Oh,
yeah.
There. Expand. Oh, it's way too big. I need to download it. Oh, it's gonna open in here too. Fine, open in here. Oh, are you not gonna let me control F? Arrow. Ranged. Steady range, trip attack, ranged. Oh, there's a trip attack ranged.
What crossbow expert point or crossbow expert point blank for the
point blank. Okay.
makes sense to.
I'm not sure what any
Use it
of
for
them
volley.
look like. Oh yeah, that actually does make sense as well. Okay, so
That's a feat that makes you good at point blank, but
true.
instead of bad at point blank.
I'm pretty sure that even a regular longbow is
Yeah, it's
volley,
expansion
yes.
weapons and longbow.
Yeah. So, pop over to you and what did you say the command was? Create?
Yeah.
Create. No, I don't want Blood of Lathander. Weapon longbow. Oh, and then it goes into his inventory. Perfect. So, if he then pulls this out, it is saying disadvantage, but, and of course he hits. So that did not appear to apply. So, close zone and all that. So, is there something wrong with this? I'm sure those spaces didn't make a difference, but just in case.
Oh, it's data type.
Data type?
So let me explain. So you have this doing a true false statement essentially.
Mm-hmm.
But because it sees the less than operation as a standard boolean rather than a condition result. But
Okay.
so if you want to do a comparison, you want to do condition results, open parentheses, distance to source, and then
Okay.
close parentheses, which turns the boolean into a condition result, which can be used for.
Oh, I want to put it under boost conditions.
No.
No? Okay, sorry.
I will go post it in your thread, and I'll.
Okay, thank you. Is it actually just condition result instead of if, or?
If condition results. Here, just send it over, and I'll get you the right stuff.
Okay. if... Okay, so it is...
Yeah.
Addition... Well, I might as well, since you've already got it there. That should be -2, yeah?
Yep. Yeah, it should be -2. Sorry.
That's alright. There we go.
New weapon trait, yellow.
There we go. Alrighty. So, now we save. Okay, let's, just in case, reload the stats. Oh, and look at that. I've got someone on Twitch to ban. It would let me. I'm gonna have to actually open Twitch to ban them.
So it's never good when they just come in, send you a link.
Yeah. I don't know why they think that it will actually work as well.
Can't even butter us up first.
Yeah, right? Ban. And, is there a report? Report. Spam, scam, bots or tampering. Bot. Yeah, offering viewers via unsolicited link. There we go, and block. There we go. Thank you, Mr. Skibbity. You are gone. Okay, so let's go back to here. And that should be all good. Now, if he goes like this, he's got a 60% and is there it is. Hit for 3 piercing. So that's fine, and then we move in close and so that's short range, and that's so that still didn't apply the -2. I'm positive that I'm within.
A little help, please.
Yeah, I'm definitely within 9 meters and still did not apply. So, distance to source, condition result, distance to source, less than 9. I've got the correct open and closing brackets. Ranged weapon attack -2. Do you know what could be preventing it from applying? There's some typing in there.
Here's another condition that from common conditions. See if that works.
Let's see if that will work. Go. Okay, now it's saying disadvantage really close.
Last time I checked. You're making me regret my decision to sharpen up.
Alright.
So that's not good.
No. Okay, let's get up close to this. Okay. That's the 3 bonus.
I thought it'd be one of the easier traits.
Yeah. Huh. Let's see. In here. Okay, so distance to target. Distance to source also doesn't exist in the LS lib, at least.
It's a common condition. It's in common conditions.
It's in common conditions. But it's not finding any matches.
Search it up on Norbite.
Yeah, so it does find it here. Where am I? Oh, distance to target less than 20. So it is under AI helpers. Turn condition result, distance to target. Awesome value.
It's really odd why it's not playing there.
Yeah. Huh. It says everybody's saying that it's fine. Huh. Pretty sure this is the last weapon trait I need to work on too. So I did get versatile working, and then modular is just a shout spell using versatile. So yeah, volley's the last one.
Final boss.
Final boss? You mean the music?
I haven't been listening to the music since
Oh.
The Discord call is it doesn't have the buffer. All right, so now we get into the stats jank workaround section.
Stats jank workaround. Okay.
My specialty. So here's my idea. So when on volley being on the on create, you get the volley aura status, which goes 30 feet and tags NPCs with marker status to make it so that they're harder to hit if they're within the aura.
Okay. So that would require a passive and a boost, or 2 boosts.
A passive, 2 status boosts. One for the aura creator, one for the aura target.
Okay, so volley, aura, and volley target. Okay. And so then we would be using stats functors or toggle functors to add the status.
Well, you can't really you toggle on and off your longbow.
True. I wasn't sure if toggle was something that I could that could be set by status or not. So that makes sense.
So the context when you get a passive, you do on create.
Okay. So
I do it for the animal empathy, the passive, to give you the speak of animal status when you get the passive.
Okay.
A lot of auras.
Okay, stats functor context. Okay. That's what I'm looking for. Pet pal. I like that. That's good.
Divinity reference.
Oh, I'm in the wrong one. Stats functor context. Yeah. Oh yeah, that was in. I've played through Divinity Original Sin. I feel like I do remember Pet Pal being in there. On create. On create. And then
I feel like I just perfectly represented that ability. Is it just toggles on, like, lets you speak to animals.
Yeah.
It's wordier in the book than it is in game. Because, like, rules is written, like, it lets you use diplomacy with animals.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it, as you may notice, that the Xerophonia bard also gets speak with animals.
Oh. Yeah, it gets, oh, interesting. Volley, aura, and volley target. So, I want to be doing in...
I'll be right back.
Okay. Format, mesh effect, hit, sound, on apply conditions, aura radius, there we go, 9. And then aura statuses will be target, I assume. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to be applying status aura, and that's going to be -1 because it's always on while you have the aura, or while you have the volley trait. And then we've got, for the aura, 9 radius, and it's going to apply the volley target status.
Yeah.
Okay. And is that the only thing that the aura requires, or do I need to add...
You'll want to wait to use the aura.
I want to what? The aura?
A way to lose the aura. I would do it whenever you change your equipment. It'll check if you don't have the volley passive, and then it'll remove it.
Oh, I went too far. There we go. Remove events. On unequip.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay. Okay. And that should be all. And then the target. I don't need material or anything like that.
Because I have a longbow, you'll shimmer.
Yeah.
It's a invisible marker.
Oh. Shimmer, invisible marker. Where do I put that?
Like just properties with the disable, overhead, and whatever.
Okay. Single capabilities.
Let's wait until we get it to work
Okay.
before we hide it.
Oh, yeah, you're talking about hiding it. Okay. Sorry. So if it's got the targets, so the target status,
The target status, and you've inflicted it.
okay.
Then -2 to your attack.
Oh, this is where I put the boost. Okay, so I take the roll bonus from here and I put it into boosts here. And
I got to catch up with the stream to see where you're putting it in.
Putting it into volley target boosts.
Nah. So you keep it in the volley passive.
Okay.
Volley target shouldn't be doing anything.
What does anything need to go into the volley target?
No,
Oh, okay.
it shouldn't have an effect on
Okay.
the target.
Alright.
That would be a very powerful weapon if
Yeah.
everyone else couldn't shoot well near you.
Okay. So now
It would be a very fun magic weapon. With
yeah.
the sympathetic longbow.
Screw everyone else too, yeah. Okay.
So right now it'll just like always have the roll bonus apply.
Right. So we probably want to test that first to see that applies.
Yeah.
And then okay. And then get it hidden. Alright. Why is glasses on the right now? Oh man. Okay, I'm closing the stats editor because I can't have it in the wrong spot. Okay. Reload them stats. Alrighty. And now
I believe stats already reload when you save your stats files, but it's good to be safe.
Exactly. Okay. Critical +2 proficiency +4 dex. So still did not apply it. Oh, that's what's going on. She's got the axe in her left hand along with the shield. That's interesting. But, yeah, it didn't apply the -2.
I believe it's something to do with the way we change it from a versatile weapon to a non-versatile weapon.
Okay.
I think it'd be... We can figure it out. Oh. Multiple attack. So it's just not applying to a ranged attack. Maybe try just an attack penalty.
An attack penalty. Okay. Oh. There we go. So, attack penalty instead of roll bonus?
No, just instead of ranged weapon attack, just make it to all attacks.
All attacks.
It's not ideal right now, but if it doesn't work, then
okay. Alrighty. -5 + 4.
I wonder if the distance to target. Does it even have the volley trait? This does not seem right.
It should.
Check the tooltip.
Oh, it's the... Why is it the short bow? That's why.
The short bow for short ranges.
When I created the item, it must have automatically equipped it. Because I do remember going in and double clicking to swap it, so...
That is volley.
That is volley, -2.
That was...
Okay. So now if we switch this back to... it was ranged weapon? Yeah, ranged weapon. Attack.
Might as well try it with the distance target less than.
Okay. Distance to target less than, and let's remove that for the moment. I'll just put it there so that I've got it. It did work. Yeah, it worked with that. Oh,
Yeah,
gotta love
good
it
thing
when
we
you
can
select the wrong weapon. Okay.
No, we don't have to have stats jank.
Yeah. Get rid of the 2 of those. And that is all of the traits that I care to do. There were a few that I'm not doing this. This is too much. Fatal, I'm having so much trouble with. I can't get it to change the weapon die. So I'm currently just gonna do it as deadly and leave it like that until I can spend the time to actually
I noticed on the raising trait that you have tagged structure, but
yes,
that is not set up correctly.
Yes, that comes from ChatGPT. It didn't cause a problem.
I can help you refactor that.
Oh, perfect. So I added construct because there's next to nothing to deal that damage to, but yeah, fixing this part would be great.
So instead of so it'd be, instead of tagged structure, it'd be, so there's two errors here. So let's deal with the structure. So instead of tagged, we just want the item parentheses function.
Item parentheses. Okay. And just parentheses open close.
Yep. And that's what the game uses to check everything that's not the character.
Okay. That would include something like doors, right?
Yeah. They aren't a character.
Okay.
Yeah. Silverware. And then the tag should be construct, then context.target.
Context.target. Construct context.target. Okay. So that should do what I'm hoping for.
Let me catch up with the stream.
Yep.
So yeah, take out target. Make it context. There we go.
All right. So
let me see.
Okay.
Is there a place where you're checking for a passive? I think later down in these.
Where I'm checking for a passive.
In one of your boosts. Should be down from this.
I don't have anything any further down.
Has status. It looks like you. So when it's checking for has status or has passive, the name of it should have single quotation marks around it.
There we go.
It has a string.
There we go. Although it did work when we were testing sweeps, so not sure why it worked if I had it wrong. Okay.
Good.
Alrighty. Oh, goodbye, toolkit. Please tell me that you saved everything that I just did.
Now it's got to start off all the way again.
Mm-hmm. Do you do everything by code, or do you use the toolkit?
I use the toolkit.
Yeah. Does that happen to you often?
There's some... Not too often.
I think it's happened to me 2 or 3 times, so just wondering if it's something I have to worry about or if it's pretty rare. Okay. Oh no, that's not what I want.
Stuff you're working on, I don't expect like that you'll be crashing much.
It was my passives and my boosts. Item, construct, okay, and sweep it. Okay, good.
And I think in options you can save your UI setup.
Oh yeah. Options, save layout. That way I don't need to keep shrinking that message log that I have no idea what it's trying to tell me.
Okay, looks like it's in.
All right. So, now, I want this. So armor.
So I've already coded Bulwark in.
Oh, have you? Okay, I can get rid of that then. So
no, actually, like I would like it if like the armor check penalties and stuff were transferred from the default boost to a passive, but
okay. Oh yeah, so I put it in here, and then I bet that I put it in here, and then I noticed that you had already done it, and I was like, oh well, okay. Do you want me to? Do you want to do it through this?
So let's go check out the plate armor.
Okay.
And because you can see how I did it.
Okay, plate body.
It should just be in the Pathfinder stats armor.
That's probably quicker. Plate body. Okay. So...
I don't want the one shared.
I don't want... Oh, yeah.
You can see like all the different sorcerer robes that have no stats.
No stats. Demon, angel, devil, fae, hag, elemental, undead. Yeah. I might have to grab those for my explorer's clothing. Okay, so...
You know, all they differ is that their default color scheme is different.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. It would probably be good to have, like, the default for some of them to be just explorer's clothing so that they're not having to worry about...
They inherit from the explorer's clothing, essentially.
Hmm.
Wherever in the line that.
Okay, so the bulwark
So
is
yeah,
this
it's a roll bonus, 3 minus the dexterity modifier.
Okay.
It just sets your reflex modifier to 3.
Right. Boosts.
And then a bunch of lines to do the armor check penalties.
So. Oh, to add also, because. Does it change those as well, Bulwark?
I don't think it changes the armor check penalty.
Yeah, so it's
That's
the roll
how I have the
bonus
armor
saving
check
throw.
penalty and and it's why it looks atrocious in the menu
Yeah.
when you hover over a piece of armor.
Okay, so
I programmed it to be extensible.
yeah.
I did not program it to be nice.
Programmed it to work, not to look pretty.
Because a lot of things they have their own passives, but they rarely set the boosts on equip.
Right. So I've got Bulwark updated. Save you and go to here.
Flexible is also part of the
Is it?
armor check things.
Okay.
Yeah, just already calculated in.
All right. So. And I think I did that manually for a couple things that I added. It was the armored coat, which is essentially studded leather, but it is flexible. So yeah, I did that manually and I just removed those. Okay.
It's gonna be fun going into the equipment data editor and making custom appearances for it.
Yeah. I'm not looking forward to that right now. There's so much. I mean, I grabbed up here. I grabbed like Asterian's clothing and a bunch of camp clothing, and just called it Explorer's clothing and made it an armor. So, yeah. I think it'll be fun to play like someone who doesn't need to wear armor, like a cloistered cleric, and wear Asterian's poofy shirt as your armor.
Yeah, you can sort of do that by toggling on camp clothes.
Yeah. Okay, so hindering.
And deep buried in the Pathfinder expansion plans is the exemplar wearing the Diva camp clothing.
Oh. That's pretty. That would work. So you're planning on, in the long run, doing exemplar and whatnot as well? And animist?
Animist is very funky with the like swapping out spell lists. Maybe it could be done. Maybe. Yeah, I have the unique worry of, can I give this a unique starting outfit?
Okay. And this...
A while back, I was working on a custom kineticist, this armor kit batch from a bunch of different pieces.
Yeah, I remember seeing something in the Discord quite a while ago.
I still have the screenshot, so...
So I think this one I also manually added to the bastion plate. Bastion plate. Yeah, I changed the... I plan to. Oh, wicked. Interesting.
Yeah, the magic robe top. It's from one of the magical robes, but it comes with like some flappy cloth on top.
Yeah.
So just the crop top.
Yeah.
Makes it really unique.
Huh. Interesting. Okay. So, hindering trait I didn't manually do. It is only on the one item. I think the one I might have done lamellar, but not a lamellar trait.
Well, the laminar trait, which the lamellar breastplate has, it just cares about when it's broken.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I didn't do it.
Which it just doesn't exist here.
Yeah. I mean, they obviously had plans to with some of the stuff that I've seen behind the scenes on the toolkit here, but yeah,
it might have been like when you fall out of the nautiloid, that your armor just gets broken. That I feel like the plans converge to that.
Yeah. So with the hindering trait, if I do action resource movement -3, will that stack with what's already there?
Yeah.
Or will it? It will?
Boosts just stack.
Okay.
Unless you write some pretty specific logic to do so.
Okay. So hindering is impressively easy to do, because all I got to do is that. And hindering trait is done. It's only on the one item anyway, but whatever, not a big deal. This, because plate, it is 3, yes.
And hindering is nasty.
Yeah, it takes another 5 feet off, even if you meet the strength requirement. Doesn't matter. -5.
I'm just imagining that you just make the same clanking sounds that Undyne or Steiner make when walking around.
Okay, what was the last one? The last one is ponderous. Okay, because I'm not doing inscribed. That's too much work. Lamellar doesn't matter. Noisy is already implemented. Ponderous is
It's such a shame. Being a dwarf of unburdened iron doesn't get you ahead on speed.
Yeah. So -1 to initiative.
Yeah, that's pretty simple. Initiative -1.
And then if the armor check, if it's worse, so that would have to be manually added, and it's only on the fortress plate.
So you can just calibrate it to the fortress plate.
Yeah. Oh, and there we go.
You think
Windows
the
tab.
ponderous trait would be on with some wizard armor?
Yeah. Let's get rid of ponderous trait here. And so I would need to add if okay, let's grab this and toss it into here. Let's make a new one so that it's actually visible. Okay, so
I just use the armor check versus not armor check
armor
as the
check
if condition.
versus not armor check.
Yeah, the armor check function. Yeah, have one boost if you have the armor check. Have one boost if you don't have the armor check.
Okay. So
Armor check is basically checks for your strength.
Okay.
It got really long to write out, so I just made a custom function too.
So armor check 18, and then it is roll bonus initiative -2, or initiative -1.
I think you can just do initiative as a boost. Yeah, initiative is just a boost.
Okay.
It enters integer to your changes by number.
So if armor check 18, initiative -1. If not armor check 18, initiative -3.
Yeah.
There we go.
Actually, the other way around. If you don't pass the armor check, which is you get all these penalties.
Okay, so armor check 18 is saying you are not passing because you're under 18. But if you're over 18, then it's not armor check because you're over 18.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd move it into its own passive, just
into its own?
so it's easier to comprehend.
Okay.
The initiative stuff from Ponderous.
Okay. So then, there we go. Into its own thing. Perfect.
Just the initiative stuff.
Yeah. So that means that all I need to do is go into here and grab that description. There we go. And there we go. That is Ponderous. That is all of the armor traits done. So that is all of the weapon and armor traits done, and I don't need to worry about any of that anymore. Which means that to get this out with the initial release, all I need to do is the treasure tables. So that is
A lot of thematic traders to sell these things.
Yes, I've gotta go through every damn. Like, I added Mithril as well. I took Mithril and I changing the name of it to Dawn Silver. And then I had to go and add the weapon, the frying pan weapon, to kitchen cooking. I'm gonna have to find where the fishing reels are, or the fishing rods are, so that I can add the weapon version. Got the battle loot added to simple.
I'm excited for the frying pan weapon.
I am gonna have to do some weird things to figure it out, because they hold it in the center. Oh, and there's one other thing that I could really use your help on, but first, let's pick up this frying pan. And let's... So yeah, she holds it in the center of it instead of the handle. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to mess with that to make it work. And I think this is the one that I'm having... Oh, no, maybe not. I thought that one of them I was having trouble with, where it wouldn't let me just straight up attack, but maybe I got that fixed. Oh no, that's still
you to unsheathe your weapon. Looks like the Australian frying pan.
Okay, so this should be the correct one. Yes, that's the cast iron one. So is it...
Finally cast iron.
Yeah. Okay, so let's bring you back. Okay. Oh, no, I guess I must have, it must have just been that I had been running toolkit too long or something. Before lunch, I couldn't get it to do the attack, so anytime that I wanted to attack something with the frying pan, I had to hold control. But got it working, and I do have the combat fishing pole as well. Because I am lazy and didn't want to go through the effort of figuring out how to do it, as both a ranged and a melee weapon, it's just a melee with an obscenely long range. Unless you know of a way to have a weapon that's both ranged and...
you could give it a spell to...
That's a good idea.
That looks right. You should probably have the pike animation.
Give it the pike animation?
Yeah.
Okay. I will go into here and fishing pole. So boosts, group. Wait, is animation in here?
It might be a root template thing.
Might be a root
I remember doing the playing around with the giant barbarian sword, which is the Orthon's short sword, because the Orthon is just so large.
Yeah.
And on the root template, it was treat it as a short sword, which is...
So there's sound.
I'd go look at the giant barbarian sword. See what they do for that. Basically, the only thing I know. It inherits from the great sword anyway.
Spell target.
Yeah, it's a root template thing.
Okay, so parent root template ID is what I would change.
No.
No?
The root template ID does change things, but the proper weapons should... Yes, guts, the GUID. Let's scroll through and see if there's anything that says it's a great sword.
And then there's sound. Icon, description.
What does the items will have? Probably the items inside of it, but
I'll have to look at.
Equipment type ID. That's what determines the animations.
Equipment type ID.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. So you are suggesting the pike?
That's the fishing lure, not the combat fishing pole.
Oh. The fishing lure, which is currently a piece of shit. But I can get rid of it because I'm not going to have... I might as well just delete that right now. Pike. And... pike. Okay, so what does the frying pan have? Does it just have club? It does have club. So I did it for the frying pans. Okay. And then I should make a ranged spell for...
Yeah, it could be a target spell since... You can use the water whip with beam effect.
Water whip?
Maybe the thorn whip if you want to be thorny. Oh, that looks right. Yeah, it's more believable.
Water whip. There we go. Okay, so Create derived in PF2E equipment. And this is... Oh, I have to make the sling crit spec as well. So this would be combat fishing pole.
The sling crit spec, I think it's the same as brawling.
Oh, is it brawling?
It's fortitude or stun 1.
Fortitude or be stunned 1.
It's slightly different. Or so brawling is worded slightly differently, but the effect is like they lose 1 action from if they fail a fortitude.
Or be slowed. Okay, so yeah it is basically the same.
Stunned and slowed.
Difference between the two of them is negligible. Yeah.
I really wish that they were more consistent between stunned and slowed.
Yeah.
Like,
okay. So I can just use that for the sling. Okay.
Have one be like the... You know, they lose this many actions total versus...
Yeah.
They lose this many actions for X amount of time.
So spell roll is going to be an attack with main melee weapon, and it is not applying.
Maybe just inherit from the melee attacks, then
okay.
Add the effects.
Inherit from the melee. How do I do that?
It make the parent be target main hand attack.
Main hand attack. Okay. So in that case, I want to add the animation.
The beam effect from Water Whip.
Which would be the cast effect. Where's the beam effect?
That's the animation.
Pair. Cycle. Way too far over.
Beam effect, that's far right.
Far right?
At the right. Too far. Go back to the effects section.
So I'm looking for cast effect and target effect.
It's near the cast effects. It's grayed out. It's at the rightmost column, right after position effects.
Right after position effect. Ah, there we go. Beam effect. Okay. So that is probably the only thing I want to take from it, and then the main melee is going to be this. Just main hand attack, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. Attack. Okay. And then deal damage. Okay. So damage, I should make the same as the combat fishing pole, so 1d8.
So the fishing pole has.
Oh yeah, it's versatile piercing.
You should probably make it instead of your melee weapon damage. The fishing pole's damage. If you have it in your offhand, it won't be like taking your great sword.
Well, it's a two-handed weapon though.
So you can just use the main hand damage then. Okay. More efficient then. You can change the damage type to piercing if you want.
I might, because I've got the. Would it pull from the toggle? I've got versatile set as a toggle, and it changes the main weapon damage type.
The fishing pole is weird because it only has versatile P if it's being a range attack.
Oh, really? Only apply. Oh, range trip, tethered, thrown, and versatile. Oh, okay. I didn't even look at that part.
It is a very, very janky weapon.
Yeah. Okay, so in that case...
But so, you know that someone was trying to capture the fishing pole fantasy.
Yeah. Okay. Ranged B and ranged P. There we go. So, in that case, I would want to have a bunch of stuff coming from the weapon. So I would want deal damage, main melee weapon, and then bludgeoning and piercing, because it's got that. The ranged trip can stay on. And tethered. How do I have tethered set?
Again, it uses the traits, but
okay. So it is just a projectile I've got set. Apply status. Okay. I might as well. Oh, fuck off. This is bludgeoning and piercing. Okay. So, and this is combat fishing pole. that. And grab that. This is right. Disable parent. There we go. That's action point 1. Dead. Okay. Is attack. This is actually not melee. It is ranged. Oh, there isn't an is ranged, right? No. You just remove is melee.
I don't think you can dual wield it.
No, it's it specifically says it's oh, is dual wield in there?
Yeah. Can
there
dual
we go.
wield is a tag.
There we go.
It's very harmful to throw a fishing lure at someone.
Yeah. Okay, so and then the range is 20, which is how many meters? That's 610. There we go. And ceiling, target floor. Don't think I need anything else. Okay. So then I go to here and
And 610 is a little bit too large.
6.1. Right? 6.1. Not 610.
So that'd be... It'd just be 6. The unit conversion is a strict 1.5 meters equals 5 feet.
Okay. All right. I'm pretty sure I've got
Just be
some
6.
610. Okay. I bet you it's that 150 that got me. Because the weapon range for all of the melee weapons,
yeah, I don't know what that is doing.
50. That's why, because that's in centimeters for some reason. Everything else is in meters.
I'm just sitting here like, why couldn't they have just made the game feet like the rulebook?
Because they're not in the US.
Irish company gotta use their units.
Yeah, well, gotta use the units that the rest of us use, right? There's only what, a few 100 million of you guys who are still using Imperial, and the rest of us moved on.
Yeah, it can just be a mild annoyance when the game's fundamentally it is a non-integer. everything with 1.5 meter squares.
Yeah. Yeah. I mentioned that to one of my players because he was British, and he was like, 1.5 is not a 1.5 meters is not 5 feet, but whatever. That's oh no, it was 1 meter, because that's what I had seen. Someone online was like, just use 1 meter squares. It's easier. 1 meter cubes for changing D&D to metric, and he was not happy when I said that that's what I had read. But yeah, I'm old enough that I was taught both metric and imperial in school, even though we changed over to metric I think in the 80s, but in the 90s they were still teaching us, feet and inches for it was feet and inches for height and pounds for a person or animal's weight, and everything else was metric. And that did not help. So I only know how tall I am in centimeters because of my license. My driver's license tells me. Ow. Ow, you asshole. Get my finger out of your mouth. Your teeth are sharp. Okay, and that one other thing that I wanted to ask you was about let's put that back to 150. And was for a feat. I wanted to make the weapon familiarity feats, and I am not quite sure what I'm doing there.
So like the dwarven weapon familiarity.
Yeah, because I've got like the dwarven Dorndirger and
Yes.
Yeah.
Do we have the dwarven? I think we have the dwarven combat training as our dwarf weapon feat right now.
Oh, do you?
The ancestry stuff of his, it's out of my hands pretty much.
Right. Okay.
That was very much an instant mirage thing.
Okay. Okay. So, yeah. Yeah, I copied these to make a few of them. That's right. But I don't know how to add as a feat, but I do have a playlist with how to make feats. It's making it an ancestry feat that I'm not sure how to do.
So I got an idea.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple of things, a couple of weapons that, like the flame blade, that even if your class isn't familiar with that weapon, the weapon has a boost on it that makes you proficient in it. And I imagine like you would check, since it's the dwarf weapon, you check if you have dwarven or Verga or combat training. And do Vergar have separate combat training? I'm not sure.
They have resistance, but they don't have combat training. No. There's elf weapon training, but there's nothing for gnomes and halflings.
So yeah, if it's not already covered by the weapons given by your, let me compose a boost.
Okay. I do already have the proficiency part set for the boosts.
Actually, like I remember getting a passive on when an item's boost is. So those don't actually work in the way you'd expect them to.
Okay.
So the proficiency boost, it doesn't target a specific weapon. It targets
a group.
Proficiency group. So my thoughts is that the dwarven weapons that you have, like,
yeah,
if they're already part of the, like, dwarves know how to use hammers, so if they're already a hammer, then they get included by that.
Mm-hmm.
I actually have a document of what I wanted to do. There we go. So for dwarves, I just wanted to make them like proficient in just all axes and hammers.
Mm-hmm. So I pulled from the feet for this, which now I know isn't going to work, but still, 'cause they're technically only supposed to be proficient in 2 types of hammers, 2 types of axes, the pick, but
Damn, dwarven combat training doesn't even give pick training in 5e.
Yeah. Why are you trying to knock stuff over, buddy? And then you knock stuff over. Life of a cat. Jeez. Such a little suck, aren't you? Gotta get some neck scritches. Yeah, I'm not sure how to do this then.
Welcome to our life, where we're limited by the ways we have to target
Yeah.
The different weapon types.
So they'll just have to be proficient in all axes, hammers, and picks. And then elves in all longbows and rapiers. Gnomes in all whatever I made the kukri out of. I think a short sword.
Yeah, kukri is treated as a knife in game.
Oh, knife. Filcher's fork. So halflings would be proficient in all tridents.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
If only the combat fishing pole was treated as an ancestral weapon by all the merfolk ancestries.
I'm not sure what I can do then. I'm gonna have to...
I would allow it.
I don't know, that would be a halfling thing, sitting by the river with the fishing pole as they're asleep, and then someone attacks, they got the fishing pole and throw the lure and get it caught in the person's mouth. Yeah.
That's going to need some rethinking.
Yeah. I mean, that's what the community's for. I can check on there to see if anyone knows how to give proficiency in specific weapons rather than weapon groups. And then check with Instant Mirage about making a feat, weapon familiarity feats. Oh, I put icon. Oh, that's not gonna work. I'll just have to copy some of these, I guess. I think I'm going to hop off. It's 10 o'clock. I've been going for close to 3 hours, over 3 hours. So I think I'm gonna call it for the night.
It was good to get in touch.
Yeah, I enjoyed this. It's nice having someone who's knowledgeable to tell me when I'm fucking up. But yeah, I had a good time. Hopefully I will keep the voice chat in mind for next time I stream. I'm off for 2 weeks, so I'm probably gonna do a few of these. And yeah. But you have a good night.
I'm thinking for the wooden breastplate, it could be based on the late game druid armor.
Late game druid armor for the root template.
Yeah.
the wiki.
Maybe just do the starting druid armor for right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's what I was planning on doing, was using that. I have to get around to actually selecting all of those as well. And I would have to make them, right? You can't have multiple armors looking at the same root template, because the root template has to connect to the armor, correct?
So the root template, the stats entry on it determines the default stats for it when encountered in the world.
Okay.
But you can have root templates that...
Okay. So you can have a root template that's just there, so I could use the regular plate root template for the bastion plate, but the root template is just the basic one, pointing to the basic
Like
one, but I don't have to do a separate one.
A level has a piece of plate armor laying around, then it's going to point to the initial plate stats.
Mm-hmm.
But you can have a stats item that has, a non-unique root template.
Okay.
You're probably eventually going to need to make root templates for all of the armor pieces.
Yeah.
Just at least just to set the name.
Yeah, that's what I was going to... I assumed I would have to do, because they do need, their own names. Same for the weapons and all that jazz. Yeah. Okay. And apparently I've got a bunch of notifications in Discord. That would be because Rin went live an hour ago. Okay. But I'm going to head off.
Yeah, and if you want to request me to make some custom root templates, it's for anything, I'd be down.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
I quite enjoy kit bashing the pieces together.
All right. I will keep that in mind. I did do a few selections for, like, making the Hell Knight stuff. So there might be a few things that would need it.
I wonder if, like, in this world, that the Hell Knight armor could be made by Dammon.
Yeah. And I do
instead
have...
of literally being the Hell Knights from Cheliax, it's just like hell themed knight armor.
Yeah. I do have the mantis shell, the original, the flawed infernal plate is was the
mantis
best
shell
choice.
could be Orin's armor.
Oh, I'd have to... It's probably got a different... oh, no, Orin cloth. That is a good idea. I didn't even think of that. But that's a good idea. I'm going to add that to here.
And it's actually very fitting since it's made for assassins.
Yeah.
So is Orin.
I like that. I like that. But yeah, I'm finally gonna head off. I've been saying it for how long? Drop.
Could I just get a screenshot of your equipment list so I can work on things on my own time?
Of my equipment list.
In the stats editor.
Okay.
Like the different things you've set up.
Yeah. So and I will grab a screenshot. There's light and actually, do you want the root template that I chose as well?
I got a screenshot on my own ends.
Oh, on your end? Okay.
And you can scroll down to heavy and I can get that.
Okay.
There we go.
All right. Oh man, I had to find all of the friggin' mage's hats too. 'Cause there's like why make a bunch of mage's hats that do absolutely nothing when there's wizards. Wizards should have awesome hats.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you have a great night, and anyone else who happens to be watching, have a great night. My things don't. My things haven't been working. It looks like you followed. Okay. Well, thank you. It didn't pop up on my screen, so I don't know why I can't get the damn notifications to work.
I saw it pop up on the stream, but not on your screen.
I must have a setting set up, so I'll have to get that figured out as well. But yeah, you have a great week.
Let's be off.
And or a great night, and see you chat sometime. I will definitely be hopping on
whenever things happen. Yeah.
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 All right.
Good night.
Good night. First I will disconnect, and then all right. Thanks, and have a good night.